So we'll start from the beginning.
Welcome to Train Sim World, an immersive and highly detailed rail simulation featuring authentic routes and trains from around the world. This is the Training Center. Here you can learn about how to navigate and interact with the world, as well as how to operate the many trains. Let's start by looking around. Find each of the markers and look at them. Your current objective is shown at the top left of the screen. Walk to the blue marker to complete the current objective.
Screw your grass.
You've been awarded some action points. These are displayed in the top right corner of the screen and count towards your overall experience level for the game. This is one of the many types of route tasks to be discovered. Keep an eye out for many more types and styles of route tasks, which can involve placing, collecting, or fixing a variety of things. Head into the main building, and you'll continue your induction there. You can pause Train Sim World at any point to review objectives and a lot of other information about what's happening at the moment. Try it now, and then return to the game after you've had a look around. Now that we've covered some of the basics of moving around and interacting with the environment, let's take a walk through the building and find the trains.
She's no flight sim anyway.
This is Central Square. From here you can explore the main training center depot and surrounding yards. Your journey operating trains is just getting started here in the training center. Remember, you can always come back here from the main menu to refresh your... Continue...
Whoops. Sure.
This module will cover the on-screen overlay. known as the heads-up display or HUD, that is shown when you are in control of a train. Climb up the ladder into the locomotive and then sit in the seat. Welcome to the most important seat in the train. While sitting here, you'll be in full control. Before you think about moving the train, though, let's look at the HUD overlay that's appeared on the bottom right. The heads-up display is a guide to what your train is doing. The main part of the HUD is the speed display. A white bar will appear around the outside to show your current speed, and the red mark indicates your maximum permitted speed.
Okay.
This is the direction display. An arrow will indicate forward, reverse, and neutral directions. This is the power display. A number will indicate what position the power or throttle control is in.
Yep.
These are the brake indicators. The exact ones shown will vary by train and will often be visible in the train itself on various gauges. They tell you what's happening in the braking system. The most important one is the BC or brake cylinder. If that's reading 0, then your brakes are released. Anything else, and brakes are applied and you won't be able to move.
Right, so the top one.
Every train can have small variations in the HUD unique to the way it works, but they will mostly look the same. As you learn to control new trains, study the HUD and learn how it helps you operate it. If you want to see this again, you can rerun this training module at any time.
Think I'll be okay. Now we're talking.
In this training module, you're going to look at making the train move and then bringing it to a stop again. While many trains have different controls and are operated in different ways, there are basically always 3 controls that are common and are required to move the train. The reverser sets the direction between forwards and backwards. The brakes are used to slow or stop the train.
So the reverser goes forwards.
The throttle controls how fast the train accelerates.
As you'd expect.
We want to move the train forwards, so move the reverser in that direction. Keep the brake control and release until you can see the brake pipe control needles are reading 5 bar, pointing upwards. This will release the brakes fully. Watch the brake cylinder, or BC gauge, to see it gradually reduce to 0, which tells you that the brakes are now fully released and you can move the train.
Yep.
Apply some throttle to get the train moving. As you apply power, notice the amp bar rising. This is the amount of power being fed into the traction motors.
Okay.
Now that you've reached your target speed, you can move the throttle control back to 0. The train will then coast on level ground, and the train will only slow down very gradually.
It's a lot easier than flying a plane anyway. Now what?
While the specifics of operating brakes vary from train to train, the basic process of stopping is fundamentally the same. Bring this train to a complete stop by holding the brake control in the apply state until you see the brake pipe control needle in the center of your cab desk showing about 4 bar. The amount of braking you'll need to apply also varies depending on whether you're going uphill or downhill, and how heavy your train is.
Right.
Stopping a train is one of the biggest challenges of controlling them, particularly stopping them in the right place. That concludes this module. Restart the module to learn the steps again, or move on to the next module.
That was fairly straightforward, to be fair. Changing path.
This module will go over the fundamentals of operating junctions to change the path your train will take, and how to navigate using the map. Most rail lines around the world are controlled remotely by a signaling center or dispatcher. From the perspective of the train, the direction taken is automatic. But within yards and depots, many small and frequent movements are required. This makes remote control of the track impractical. In these locations, the direction taken is manually controlled. You can set junctions by either walking up to them and interacting with them, or going to the 2D map and changing them from there. Let's change this junction by hand first. Walk over to it and change it by operating the lever. Notice how the point blades move on the track. Try moving it a few more times until you can see how it works.
Yeah.
Let's head over to the train, and then we can look at the map.
Right. Suppose we do that one first.
Your junctions are set correctly. Let's get the train moving and see it all working. If you can't remember how to make the train start and stop, there is a training module you can rerun to remind yourself. Keep the brake control and release until you can see the brake pipe control needles are reading 5 bar, pointing up. Watch the brake cylinder, or BC gauge, to see it gradually reduce to 0, which tells you that the brakes are now fully released and you can move the train. Apply some throttle to get the train moving.
Yeah, so by right we should go to the left, so. And we have.
Now that you've reached your target speed, you can move the throttle control back to 0. The train will then coast on level ground, and the train will only slow down very gradually.
So why can I like take people?
Bring this train to a complete stop by holding the brake control in the apply state until you see the brake pipe control needle in the center of your cab desk showing about 4 bar. That concludes this module. All the junctions in the training center are manual, so you can go anywhere you wish using the map and by changing junctions manually. If you want to practice, go to Explore on Foot in the training center. You'll find trains dotted around, and you can practice driving them and moving them around the yard. Don't forget, you can always rerun this training module later if you can't remember any of what's been covered.
What's the worst that can happen? On foot. That's the only one there, so why not? Suppose we'll start up here and work down, I guess.
In this training module, you'll be taken through the operation of this Class 465. During this brief introduction, we will be covering the critical driving controls and passenger operations. Look, when you're ready, climb aboard to get started.
No bother.
Take a seat in the driver's seat. This is where you'll be spending most of your time. Firstly, you will need to insert the master key to activate the desk. The reverser controls the direction of travel. Set the headlights to let others around you know that this train is operational. For this introduction, you will be driving the train a short distance and performing passenger operations.
Cheers, good luck to you.
Open the passenger doors to allow boarding.
Wait.
Now close the doors before departure. Now drive a loop of the circuit to get used to the controls. The train features a combined brake and throttle power handle, so pull the lever towards you to release the brakes and get moving.
We're moving. Kilometers.
Coasting is a Development of the Class 465 networker began in 1988, with the first unit being delivered in 1991 and the final in 1995. Of the 140 units produced, 131 remain in active service, 40 years after they were first introduced.
That's some going.
The Class 465 networker's 8 traction motors produce a combined power output of 3,000 horsepower. That's 2,420 kilowatts, and allow the train to reach a top speed of 75 miles per hour.
It's electric. Can we look outside? On the horn though. There we are. Oh, electric anyway.
You are approaching the station. Begin applying a small amount of braking force to bring the train to a gentle stop.
I think we'll be alright for now. These are obviously where we're at to stop. This is easy. Got this. I hope. Perfect.
Nice job. The train has safely come to a stop. You... Proceed to the next stop unguided and see how you get on.
No bother. Try to get some full power going, see how quick we can get there. So 4 is the most supposed to. Shit, that's a bit close. That'd be okay. Bang on the money.
Good work. That concludes all of the basics of operating this train.
Easy. Extended service. We're now waiting for a train. Let's walk into it. Let's go look around. We down here? I meant to wait? Don't do that in real life. There's a train. Getting on this one? That was awkward. Reverser. Neutral. Lock the doors. At the forward. DRA. Whatever DRA is. We're moving with actual people. Our speed's only 30 for now. Train friend. Spooky. Should I get this spot on now? Looking good. Easy. Perfect. You can zoom. Ah. I'll have to wait. So it was early. They close the doors? Or do I have to wait for that as well? Oh, too late. Okay, so it would have told me to lock them at that time. Grand. Up to 50. Hope that changes the green. There we go. This is mad. It's somewhat quite relaxing, weirdly enough. Bingo. This was loud. Oops. Up to 80. Well, this actually do 80 though, because the speed only goes to 75. So we'll find out. Fine, friend. Full power. It looks really good though, graphically. Flying along. 280 alright, I'd say. Well, the downhill helps. Start slowing it now. Why was that one flashing yellow? Spot on. We're keeping ahead of time as well, from what I can tell. Now we wait. So the time is for the doors then, not a departure or anything. Nice and gradual. a lot of detail going into the scenery though. Jesus. Don't be going too quick. Be stopping soon. That's weird. I actually want to try and do this right as well. There you go. A minute early. I wonder can you derail a train? Let's try that someday. Just for curiosity's sake. It's a fairly long run actually. Must be nearly 20 minutes at this, if not more. Get up some more speed. Sittingbourne. Why do I feel like that's a real place? Budapest. Handy the way you can just coast it though. Hold its speed for the most part. That's probably the quickest I've come into any station so far. Is there a way of checking how much is left on this route? Sure there is somehow. Yeah, the map. Right, well regardless, not that much further to go I suppose. Train Fred. I want that train, looks better. Alright, slowing it down again. I literally play this one-handed. Just fair enough. So then... gonna work out it's any more stops. And that's one. At least one more maybe? Four miles, yeah. One more than has to be. Say this has been a good to half an hour. Definitely get used to playing this though. Don't know whether that's good or bad. Might have to change my name. What happened is at 90 for less than a mile. You never get there. Train friend. on to 60. I feel like I have this figured out. Watch now, I'll fly through this one or something. Not quite. A minute and a half early as well. This is the waiting now I don't like. Guess that's it. E3. Off. Master key. Off. Leave the train. We'll take that. I presume it's good. Ah, okay, I may stop accuracies. Oh, decent. Hey, time to leave that there. I think I'll definitely play this again though. Catch you again.